Okay, boys and girls of all ages, and I'm assuming since you need to be at least 13 to sign up for a email newsletter on the Culture Proof, which this video clip is for. I'm hoping that parental guidance PG-13 means that you got the all clear by your guardian to listen to what I'm talking about. After all, it's just personal opinion based on, I finished university just like a lot of people. I work just like a lot of people, and I got to pay my mortgage just like a lot of people. So it's just my personal opinion. I mean, it's probably how I would invest my money. It's probably how I would vote. It's probably where I would choose to dine, eat, where I would choose to shop, and what I choose to see. That's about it. I'm not your POTUS. I'm not prime minister or anything. All right, guys, a savings account under my own name, and the deed to this house and the family that I was born with, and the friends that I never backstabbed. Up to this moment, never backstabbed any of my friends. Even though Canada just seems so corrupt that everybody's sort of complicit, But the idea that we have privileges like I can still borrow from the bank, right? I can still drive. I'm still on social media. Versus the privileged, right? Now it's a lot of adults talking to one another, and maybe they expect if you're young, they expect that your guardian will explain it to you, right? And who's got time to really lay it all out, If they're asked on a show, they'll say, we're only given a minute. Who's got time to lay out the whole history of the thing? But there are privileges, right? Maybe you can drive, you can still drive or yet to drive. That hasn't taken away. You got, you still got good credit record. You still borrow from banks, not loan sharks. You still get a deed in your name, all that stuff. Those are privileges. When they talk about the privileged, what they mean is like what you say, like the rich. Like you might be rich yourself. Your dad might be a doctor or a lawyer or just middle class, right? Bus driver, whatever. You might be rich and comfortable, but you're certainly not rich. And what they mean is like someone who takes advantage. There's not just leverage. When you have money, you invest in companies, in stocks or real estate, and it grows because in the open market, people actually want it, or it actually does do better, so it grows. But some other people take advantage. They take shortcuts. There's a loophole. They go into the loophole. All sorts of things. Those are the rich, the privileged that you're talking about. And anytime there's an indication of that, it's because it's you can tell when profits go down or when return on investment, like the use of equity, the use of assets is less effective, right? So if you make a movie for 100 million, you need to spend 100 million to market it, and you only make like $105 million back. That's a sign of abuse of power. That means they probably gave the job, like the script writing, to a friend of theirs. They probably give like the lead role to a friend of theirs, right? That maybe the star wasn't actually any talented. Maybe the script wasn't actually really that good. So you can spend like Avatar $100 million on a movie and make 300 million, or you can spend 100 million, just make 100 million and $1. It's a sign of abuse of power. Like giving a job to like your whatever, your brat. So anytime there's reduction in efficiency anywhere in companies, in government, in movies, it's a sign of what's called abuse of power, which is you're not really interested in creating a good product. You're just, handing stuff out to your friends like favors, make yourself look big. So we still got our privileges, but we are not the privileged.